My child, I am going to speak to you through this message now. But I am going to reveal to you something very serious about you. Yes, this one thing is something that you never heard of. And yet, it has always been known in the depths of your spirit. It has waited patiently to be uncovered, like a hidden stream beneath the earth, flowing with purpose, though silent to your ears until now. You were not ready before, but I have watched you, walk beside you, and held you when you knew not who carried you. And now, in the fullness of time, I will open the curtain and show you what has been hidden. My beloved, you've walked through many days where your heart felt unknown, even to yourself. You have questioned your worth, your direction, your voice. You have doubted whether you are truly seen, truly heard, or truly meant for anything beyond the ordinary rhythms of survival and silence. But I, the Lord your God, have seen what you cannot yet see. I have looked into the very fabric of your being, the threads I myself have woven in eternity, and I say to you now, you are not who you think you are. You are not merely a person with a name, a history, and a routine. You are not simply flesh trying to find meaning in the shadows of this world. No, you are a design of my divine will. And your spirit has origins that precede the foundations of the earth. Long before the sun gave its first light to creation, I had imagined you. Not one moment of your existence has been accidental. You carry something eternal within you. Something that cannot be earned, measured, or diminished. I placed it there. I sealed it there. You are my secret instrument. Yes, child. This is the truth that I must now unveil. You have been carrying a destiny that even you could not suspect. The battles you have faced, the tears you have shed in private, the strange pull in your soul that no one else seemed to understand, these have all been signs. Signs of a mission I assigned to you before your breath ever reached your lungs. You are not only meant to live a life. You are meant to shift atmospheres, to alter outcomes, to speak light into realms where silence has ruled for far too long. You have been chosen not because of your strength but because of your surrender. I do not look for perfection in those I use. I look for those who will bend, who will trust, who will rise even when they feel unqualified. And yes, you have felt small. You have felt forgotten. You have looked around and wondered why others seem to soar while you remain grounded. But hear me, I was not delaying your purpose. I was preparing it. I was building depth in you. Endurance, compassion, and discernment. I was stripping away the noise so that when I finally spoke, you would know it was me. What I am about to do through you, no eye has seen and no ear has heard, not even your own. You cannot yet imagine the doors I will open, the lives you will touch, and the darkness you will shatter simply by walking in step with my spirit. You will not need to force it. You will not need to strive. What is destined must come to pass, and I myself will breathe it into being through your willing heart. You have looked at your wounds and called them weakness. But I tell you now, those wounds are wells. Yes, wells of oil and anointing. Every scar has become a seal of my ownership over your life. You do not belong to this world. You do not belong to the judgments that others have spoken over you. You belong to me. Your name is written in my book, and your tears are recorded in my bottle. I have counted them all. Not one has fallen unnoticed. Every ache has been absorbed into my plan. Every time you chose love instead of hate, mercy instead of vengeance, faith instead of fear, you aligned yourself more with the heaven I planted in your heart. And now, I will speak plainly so you may no longer walk in confusion or doubt. My child, there are things you carry that others around you do not understand. You see into things. You sense what others overlook. You have heard whispers in your spirit that felt too strange to name aloud. You have had dreams, sudden emotions, spiritual impressions that came with no explanation. These were not accidents. They were the stirrings of my voice in your inner man. I have given you sight, not just natural sight, but prophetic vision. I have placed in you the seeds of discernment, intercession, and revelation. But because you have not known what to call it, you have buried it, feared it, or tried to silence it. No more. Today, I am awakening what has been sleeping. I am activating what has been lying dormant. You will begin to notice a sharpening, a clarity, a boldness. Words will come to you in the night. Scriptures will burn in your chest. You will walk into places and feel things shift, not because of who you are, but because of who is in you. Do not fear this. Do not run from it. Embrace it. This is your birthright. Yes, my child, you have a mantle. You have been marked by heaven. And though others may not understand you, I will always affirm you. You do not need the validation of the world when you already carry the authority of your Father. When you speak what I give you, it will break chains. When you pray as I lead you, mountains will move. I have not called you to be a spectator in this life. I have called you to be a vessel of change, a dwelling place of my glory. You will see things before they happen. You will feel the burdens of others as if they were your own. This is intercession. I have trusted you with my heart. When others are content to live on the surface, you will be drawn to the deep. And in the deep, you will find me waiting. You will be misunderstood, even resisted at times. But I will defend you. I will surround you with those who recognize your spirit and walk with the same fire. I am assembling a remnant, a company of my hidden ones, and you are one of them. I am calling you now into a new level of consecration. The things that once satisfied you will lose their flavor. The distractions that used to pull you will fall away. This is not loss. It is realignment. I am setting you apart for something greater. You cannot walk like everyone else because you are not like everyone else. You have asked me for more. Now I will give it to you. But with it comes the weight of responsibility. You must guard your heart, protect your time, and remain close to my voice. The anointing I am releasing is not casual. It is holy. Treat it as such. I do not chase platforms. Do not hunger for applause. What I give in secret. And I reward in eternity. Let your motives be pure. Let your hands remain clean. Serve when no one sees. Love when it costs you. Forgive when it is hardest. This is how my kingdom is built, in unseen obedience. You may not feel the impact now, but one day you will look back and see the fruit of every surrendered yes. There are people waiting on the other side of your obedience. Lives that will be transformed because you said yes when it didn't make sense. Nations that will shift because you chose prayer over comfort. Generations that will be altered because you walked in the authority I gave you instead of shrinking back. You have no idea how many angels are assigned to you, how many battles I have already fought on your behalf, how many times I have intervened to preserve the treasure within you. My child, continue to incline your heart toward me, for I have more to say to you. You have heard the first part of my voice, and now I will take you deeper. I want to speak to you of something that burdens many, that binds hearts unknowingly, and robs joy even in the presence of light. You have heard men say that life must be taken seriously. They wear their worries like armor and bind themselves with the weight of responsibility and appearance. They chase achievement, perfection, reputation, and significance with such trembling intensity that they forget who gives breath. But I say to you now, do not take life too seriously, for life is not the source. Take only me seriously, for I am the life. Do not misunderstand me, child. I did not say to be careless. I did not say to dishonor the days I have gifted to you. Life is precious, and every moment is a thread in the tapestry of eternity. But I want you to see clearly. I want you to discern the difference between honoring life and becoming entangled by it. Too many of my children live burdened by things I never asked them to carry. They are pressed under the weight of expectations, standards, and comparisons crafted not by heaven but by men. They say, if I do not achieve this, I am behind. They say, if I am not seen, I am unseen by all. They run and chase and build towers in their minds, fearing collapse, yet never asking if the tower was mine to begin with. And in their striving, they forget to breathe the air I gave freely. They forget to laugh, to dance, to be still, to wonder, to rest, not just with their bodies, but with their souls. I made you for freedom, not pressure. I made you for peace, not performance. I did not place you on the earth to earn my love or to earn your place. You already have your place, right here with me. My kingdom is not built on anxiety. It is built on surrender. You must learn, my child, to let go of the seriousness that the world tries to bind you with, the kind that darkens your joy and clouds your vision of me. Why do you fret over your days as if they belong to you? Did you bring yourself forth from the void? Did you form your bones or craft your spirit? No, I did. And if I, who made you, am not panicked, why should you be? If I, who hold the heavens in my palm, am not in turmoil, why should you walk with clenched hands and furrowed brow? You take life seriously because you fear losing control. But child, you never had control. You were never meant to carry that illusion. It is too heavy. It breaks the spirit. That is why I called you to trust, not to understand everything, but to lean into me when nothing makes sense. Taking life too seriously is the fruit of pride and fear woven together. It comes from the belief that everything depends on you. But I say again, it does not. It depends on me. You worry about outcomes, about timelines, about whether the right doors will open and whether you are enough in the eyes of others. But none of these things can touch your worth. Your worth was settled when I formed you. It was settled when my son gave himself for you. It was sealed when I called you by name. What more can man add to that? What more must you prove? When you take life too seriously, you miss the wonder. You rush past the beauty. You see the task but not the miracle. You hear the noise but miss the music. You press through the day and wonder why your heart feels empty even after accomplishment. It is because seriousness without surrender leads only to heaviness. And I never called you to carry that. There is a joy in me that cannot be touched by circumstance. There is a rest in me that cannot be shaken by chaos. There is a laughter in heaven that still rings even in the midst of the battle. That laughter is not ignorance. It is confidence. Confidence in who I am. Confidence that I reign. That I am not shaken. That I win. So, my beloved, do not confuse responsibility with weight. Walk in integrity, yes. Walk with diligence and faithfulness, yes. But do not walk with a spirit of slavery. The yoke I give is easy. The burden I place is light. If the yoke you feel is suffocating, then you are carrying what I never gave you. Learn to live with open hands. Learn to pause and see me in the breeze, in the morning light, in the child's laughter, in your own breath. Learn to laugh even when nothing is perfect. Learn to let go of the need to have all the answers. You don't need to understand everything when you are held by the one who does. Some of you have taken on such heaviness in your minds. You carry guilt over past choices, anxiety over future decisions, fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of not being good enough. These are not burdens from me. I never gave them to you. I gave you peace. I gave you joy. I gave you identity. I gave you rest. The world teaches you to take life seriously because it teaches you that your value comes from performance. It teaches you that your safety comes from planning and your worth comes from productivity. But I teach you differently. I teach you that your value comes from being mine. Your safety comes from my hand. Your worth comes from my image in you. So what then should you take seriously? Take me seriously. Take my presence seriously. Take my love, my voice, my words seriously. For these are eternal. These are your true life. Everything else is temporary, a mist that appears for a little while and vanishes. Do not attach your heart to the things that fade. The job, the money, the applause, the approval, the image, these are sand castles. The tide comes, and they are no more. But I am the rock. I do not change. And when your heart is anchored in me, you will not be swept away. Take my call on your life seriously, but not in the way the world understands seriousness. My call is not a burden. It is an invitation. An invitation to co-labor with me, to walk with me, to bring heaven's fragrance into the earth. It is holy, but it is not heavy. When you walk with me, even the difficult things will come with grace. Some of you have not laughed in a long time. Some of you have silenced your joy, thinking that reverence means somberness. But reverence includes joy. Heaven is not a somber place. It is a place of songs, of rejoicing, of delight. You do not honor me by frowning through life. You honor me when you trust me enough to rejoice even in uncertainty. You honor me when you laugh, not because everything is perfect, but because you know I hold it all. You honor me when you rest. You honor me when you stop striving. You honor me when you remember that I am enough. I've already gone before you. I have already made the way. What is required of you is not stress but surrender. Not panic but praise. Not strategy but obedience. Let me carry the weight. Let me be the serious one, the strong one, the sure one. Let me do what only I can do. Your part is to abide. Your part is to stay close. Your part is to listen, to respond, to yield. The fruit is mine to bring. You only need to stay connected to the vine. You ask, but God, if I don't take life seriously, won't I fall behind? But I ask you, behind whom? Behind what? Time is in my hands. I do not measure you by clocks and calendars. I measure you by trust. The ones who seem ahead in the eyes of the world are not necessarily ahead in mine. I see the heart. I see obedience. I see the widow's mite and the mustard seed, the unseen prayers and the silent sacrifices. These are the things I count. I am not interested in your resume. I am interested in your surrender. I do not need your status. I desire your heart. When you stand before me, I will not ask how much you built. I will ask how much you trusted. I will not ask how serious you were about life. I will ask how serious you were about me. So breathe, child. Breathe again. Let go of the heavy burdens. Lay them down at my feet. Let me remind you who I am. I am not a distant judge watching to see if you fail. I am your father. I am your shepherd. I am your friend. I walk with you in the field. I sing over you while you sleep. I rejoice over you with gladness. You are not here to perform. You are here to be loved, to live in my presence, to carry my peace, to be a witness of my goodness. When you remember that, life becomes light again. The flowers seem brighter. The sky seems wider. The people around you become souls to love, not projects to manage or threats to avoid. You begin to live again. And not just live, but live abundantly. And yes, there will be trials. Yes, there will be pain. But even in sorrow, I am near. Even in weeping, there is a whisper of joy to come. You do not walk alone. You are never alone. Even when you cannot feel me, I am closer than breath. So don't take life so seriously that you forget how to live. Don't take it so seriously that you forget how to see me in the ordinary. I walked the earth in sandals and dust. I laughed. I wept. I embraced the broken. I sat at tables with sinners. I turned water into wine. Not because I had to, but because joy matters. Joy is not a luxury. Joy is a weapon. Joy is strength. Joy is a declaration that I reign. So choose joy. Choose wonder. Choose to live lightly because you are held securely. Choose to dance even while you wait. Choose to smile in faith. Choose to believe that I am good even when life is hard. Child, life is not your enemy. It is your training ground. It is your proving place. It is your season of walking by faith. But it is not your source. I am your source. And I am not fragile. I am not overwhelmed. I am not confused. And you, in me, do not need to be either. So rest. Take my hand again. Let me lead you. Let me show you how to live unburdened. Let me teach you how to walk as one who is free. Let me remind you that your life is a vapor, but your spirit is eternal. Let me anchor you not in what changes, but in who never changes. And as you walk this earth, smile more, worry less, trust more, cling to me, speak to me often, listen often. And remember, taking me seriously means you can take everything else with an open hand. I will catch what you release. I will hold what you surrender. I love you. I delight in you, and I will never leave you. Let this truth be the rhythm of your heart. Let it guide every step. Let it free you to live. And in living freely, you will show the world what it means to be truly alive, not because life is easy, but because your God is enough. That, child, is why you must not take life too seriously. But you must take me, always, only me, seriously. For I am. I was. I will forever. And I love you. Thanks for watching God's Helps. Subscribe for daily divine messages, click on the bell icon, don't miss out daily God's message.